I think Twilight Velvet and Queen Haydon have some competition for best mom, cause Spitfire's mom is fine. The month of Rarity continues with this week's episode, Rarity Investigates. When Dash is accused of trying to take one of the Wonderbolt's spots in an aerial performance, Rarity takes it upon herself to clear her name by emulating her favorite literary detective. Let's just hope it's a better mystery episode than Mystery on the Friendship Express. So what's good? The main draw of this episode was not the mystery itself, but rather the investigation and solving of the mystery. It's painfully obvious who framed Rainbow Dash. Like, early Scooby-Doo obvious. But instead of trying to convince you otherwise or misdirect their expectations, the episode plays up the investigation part of the mystery, making the story more about the journey rather than the destination. Part of what turned me off about Mystery on the Friendship Express is that while the revelation of the true culprits was unexpected, everything leading up to that was just boring, and it didn't give me a reason to look forward to the ending. Here, we're given an entertaining parody that's a fun ride despite the fact that you know how it's going to end. Rarity really gets into her role as an investigator. Her dramatic nature helps drive the humor of the episode, and her constant narration along with the black and white noir tone reminded me of Where's Wanda from the Fairly OddParents. I'm sure some will call Rarity a slut or some similar insult because she used flirting to get what she wanted. But the way I see it, if these stallions are dumb enough to succumb to it, she's got every right to take advantage of that. Despite Rarity's name being in the title, Rainbow Dash gets her fair share of the spotlight here, and that's a good thing, what with her being the accused victim. Her anxiousness to clear her name is brash yet believable considering the consequences if she doesn't succeed. I also like that the episode gave the Wonderbolts reasonable suspicion against Dash. For the first 2 acts, it seemed like every single piece of evidence pointed towards her, which works a lot better than just having the Wonderbolts blame her because reasons. So what's not so good? The last act of the story felt really filler-ish. I feel like the episode jumped the gun with having Rarity reveal the culprit right before the second commercial break, with the last act just being her explanation of her findings, followed by a lot of dialogue about what they're gonna do to get Spitfire back in time for the show. It becomes apparent that they were just trying to fill the last 7 minutes with an aftermath conflict that's not even a conflict really, since it's so easily solved. While Wind Rider getting his just desserts is satisfying, and seeing Dash go out of her way to get Spitfire back is a good character moment for her, this last act of the episode really weighs down the first 14 minutes, making for a rocky ending. Does it ruin the episode though? Nah. The laughs that you get from everything leading up to the ending is enough to make this a worthwhile watch. If you're the type of viewer that's more invested in trying to guess who the culprit is, and Rarity isn't your favorite character, this episode may be a harder sell for you. But if you are a Rarity fan, you're gonna love this one. In the end, while Rarity Investigates has an ending that keeps it from being a great episode, it still has enough going for it to make it a good episode, and Stormy Flare is still fine. The final episode in the month of Rarity will take us to one of my favorite equestrian cities with my favorite character pairing, Rarajack. There is a god. Oh, and Friendship Games is premiering that same day, but I'll just update you guys on that in a day or two. So, what did you think of Rarity Investigates? Let me know in the comments below or hit me up on social media. And consider supporting me on Patreon or commissioning me for art via PayPal. Until next time, keep it sketchy, folks.